Hey everyone, yeah, so we're out here today. This isn't a hunt, but this is going to be just a settings kind of tutorial with the Whites MX Sport in my property, in my yard. About 4 years ago, I went through and I buried a whole line of targets. And they're all about 5 inches deep. I think one is at 7 inches deep and 6 inches deep in different depths. But I put good metals like silver. Yeah, I buried silver in my yard, along with iron. So there's mixed metals together. And the reason I did that is because that's exactly what you're going to find out in the field. And once in a while I come through and I test my equipment. And this being a brand new MX Sport, I'm out here today just testing it to see how accurate it is and making the changes to pick that stuff up the best that it possibly can, because it really helps in the field. And it also simulates a trashy environment in certain circumstances, and that helps too around abandoned home sites. But today I'm going to show you how to set up the coin and jewelry mode in all metal mode, and I'll even do prospecting mode. And I don't use the high trash mode on the Whites MX Sport. It's kind of pointless. But then we'll set up the Relic mode. That's my favorite mode. But stability and depth are #1. Those two things together is what's going to help you find more treasure with the MX Sport. Now the settings are important for both stability and depth. They have to be equal. They have to work together. Stability and depth. You need both. Stability is probably more important than depth. But for all you guys who, dig for bullets or whatnot, some of those bullets are pretty deep. So let's take a look at this machine as it's set up right now. This is from my last hunt, and it's set up in Relic mode, and I'll go through the settings and I'll show you what we have it set up as, and I'll go through my targets here on the ground so you can hear what I'm hearing and see if we can point out what's there. Somewhere in my house I wrote down exactly what's in the ground. I probably should have pulled that out before this video, but I don't even know where that is. But anyway, we'll figure it out as we go. So let's get the machine started and take a look here. So we just go ahead and turn it on, and as you see, we're in Relic mode, and go to options. My volume is only at 10 at this point. Threshold is at 5. Disc. Yeah, let's just leave it right there. That's all the way flatlined. 8 tones. Reject volume is at 20. There's a glare on that screen, isn't there? Audio mod 0. VCO on. Iron grunt 1. Saturation's at 2. I'm going to go ahead and raise that up later on and show you the differences. Okay. So let's go through here and just listen. Now, between this tree and that other tree over there, I have a whole line of targets, about a foot of spacing each. So just listen. Hear that zip? What's it reading? It's probably a nail. Close to the surface. Something there. Nice big something. 79 signal. Hear that chatter also? There's also iron in there. Nothing. There's something. Iron. And something that bounces up to the 20s. Signal's getting better. Hear that threshold change? Hear that threshold right now? Now listen. It's that hum. Hear that hum? Hum. changes. Rejection. Something there. Iron. Something there. See how I move it quicker? You want to dig those. That's definitely iron and something else. Hear that one little beep over here? You want to check out those beeps, always. Something there. It's deep. Six inches. Hear that hum change? It's not so much the signal you want to hear, it's the hum change. Hear that? Boop, 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 boop. Here's the natural hum. Hear it? That's natural hum. When I move it, that hum changes, right? But when you're over a target, it really changes. Doesn't mean that it's not a good target. Doesn't mean anything. You want to dig it. If that hum changes, dig it. That's why you dig everything in Relic mode. Another hum change. Very light, but it's deep. About 8 inches deep right there. With a 10-inch coil. That's a signal. There's a real big signal. That's 4 inches. Another big signal. And that's only about a ½ inch deep. Okay, so now let's go in, let's change a few things and go and do that again. So let's go to threshold. Let's go to 7. Let's get that threshold hum up higher. Actually, let's go to 8. Let's get it right up there. Let's bring disc up to -10. 8 tones. Reject volume. Yep. Actually, I'm going to bring reject volume up to 30. Audio mod. Iron grunt. Saturation. Let's bring saturation to 4. Alright. Now, let's run through that again. I made some serious changes. Now listen. Hear that hum? Hear how that hum changes? Definitely can tell there's something there. Iron. Definitely picking that up now, right? Solid. 80s signal. That might be my silver. Solid signal right there. It's all over the place. That's because there's a good target in with iron. You want to dig that. Another squeaker, something close to the surface. Nice. Nice little beeper in there. You want to dig that. Even if it's just a little beep here and there. You want to dig that. Here's that one we were playing with the other time. Hum changes. That one's deep, right? Yep. Something there. Real deep. 7.5, probably 8 inches. There's something there. Yep. Something there. Alright. So, that was Relic mode. Now, in Relic mode, the higher you get your threshold, the higher you get your saturation, the better. So, we put the sat on 4 that time, which was great. Sat goes hyper sat. Now listen to this. Hear that shakiness in there? Definitely something there. Doesn't do that great, does it, on hypersat? So, you want to make sure your saturation is not too high. Where are we at here? If the saturation is too high, you're going to be skipping over everything. Where is it? Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. Okay. Let's bring that back down. 4 was pretty good. 3, 2, 3, or 4 is really good. Let's see here. Now let's try threshold. Bring threshold all the way up. Let's go 20 with threshold. And 4 saturation. Now listen. Hear that hum? Not just the signal, but that hum is telling me something's there. Hear that? That's what you want in Relic mode. You want that sound right there. Not just the beep, beep, beep. That threshold change. That's how you're going to find everything that's in the ground. Alright, so I hope you got a great understanding of threshold and saturation. So when you hear me talking about set your sat right and set your threshold right, that's why. Those two things, stability and depth. Hypersaturation, there's no stability whatsoever. If your saturation's up too high and it doesn't mesh with the threshold, then you have no stability at all. You have no depth. You're losing out. So 2, 3, or 4 on saturation, and threshold, you can crank that thing all the way up as high as it'll go on Relic mode, but the saturation has to balance with that, and you need a test pit. You need a test pit to test that out. Okay, just don't go out in the middle of your favorite spot and think, you're going to be able to find stuff when you start playing around saturation and threshold and stuff like that, without testing it out first, because as you just saw, the signal sounded different every time I changed that saturation or that threshold. Alright, so now we're going to work on coin and jewelry mode, so I'll be right back at you. Okay, so here we go. This is my setting for coin and jewelry mode, and I'll run you through it real quick. Alright, so program coin and jewelry, salt track 0, frequency 0, light, doesn't matter. You can crank it up. It depends on whether you're in the dark or in the daylight. It doesn't matter, so I just keep it at 1. Volume. Let's crank that up a little bit so you can hear it better. Threshold 6. Okay, and I might even go lower than that. My disc is at 0. Tone. Going 8 tones. Reject volume 20. Audio mod 0. Okay, frequency 0, light. Volume high as you can get it. Threshold 6. Disc bottomed out, 8 tones. Reject volume 20. Audio mod 0. Saturation does not count in coin and jewelry mode. Let's crank this disc up to 0, -5. Alright, now listen to this. Pretty solid signal right there, right? Jumping around a little bit. It's because there's iron in there. And you can almost hear that reject in there. Something copper, and there's iron in there. You can hear that rejection going on. Hear that rejection? There's a target right here, but it's not picking it up. Barely. And I'm on the ground. That's only about 5 inches deep. There's something here. It's not picking it up. There's something there, and it's barely picking it up. Now, all these targets I have in here are only about 5 inches deep, maybe 6 inches, 7 inches towards that other tree. Barely picking that up. Would you dig that? I would. Something, but it's just not solid. Would you dig that? I'm pretty sure the Relic mode made that one clear as day on high threshold and 4 sat. Nothing in here. I hear a lot of rejection. Getting some kind of beep going on over here. But it's not locking on. Got something here. Six inches. Okay, so the point of that was, now in coin and jewelry mode, you're counting on those beeps. Beep, 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 beep. In Relic mode, you're not counting on those beeps. You're counting on the threshold, the hum. Hum. Hits a target, changes. Hum, hum, hum. Okay, that's what you want. Because not only can you tell a target by threshold hum, you also get that beep too. So in Relic mode, you get 2 for 1. You get the beep. With 8 tones, you can tell different metals by those tones. Plus, you get the hum that can tell you if there's something decent there or not. In coin and jewelry mode, the hum doesn't matter. I got the hum right now, but it doesn't matter at all. I can take that threshold, bottom it out completely, where you don't hear it, and still get clear as day. See? Coin and jewelry mode does not work with threshold. So, stability and depth. If you're running this machine in coin and jewelry mode, you want it as quiet as can be, just like this. No threshold. Signals sound better, don't they? Hear that rejection? Yep, sounds a lot better. Yep. Okay, I think you get the point on that. Now, let's go ahead and turn that reject volume all the way up. Alright, now listen to this. Hear that rejection? That's a good target right there. Probably no iron in there. Hear that? I'm not getting that high beep like I was last time. It's rejecting it. But I also hear a high beep. So, that's one of my holes that has a good target and a rejection iron target in it, in the same hole. I would dig that. Turn your reject volume all the way up so you know what you don't want to dig. You want to be able to tell all the different metals in the ground. Not just the high-toned silver. You want to know if there's iron next to it. Because I've dug a lot of metal plates that sound just like a silver dollar, and it turns out it's just a piece of steel. But if you have that iron reject volume up, you'll hear that iron. Plus you'll hear the loud ping, but you'll know it's iron. You don't have to dig it if you don't want to, but I dig them because I like finding iron objects. But anyway, alright, so let's go program all metal mode, okay? All metal mode is one of those modes where you can crank that threshold all the way up, and I highly recommend it. Reject volume, crank it up. Disc, you can reject whatever you want. Iron grunt, yes. Saturation, I always leave around 2, 3, or 4. My threshold, disc, reject volume, iron grunt. Okay? Alright, so now listen. This is all metal mode. Hear that threshold hum? Something's there. Something's there. The target ID does not work that great on all metal. That's a close to the surface sound, that zip. I was explaining that in my video yesterday. Now, let me check the depth on that. I mean, that's right there on the surface. See that? So when you hear those zips, and this is even in Relic mode too, I love that zip. It's really close to the surface. Deep ones. Target ID's working, but not great. but it's telling me something's there with that natural hum, that threshold hum. Okay, so those are the three most important modes. Now, where's the programming? Come on. Okay. Beach prospecting mode. Yes, I like prospecting. Salt track 0, frequency, inches, reset, volume, threshold, high. Prospecting is another high threshold. Reject volume. Let's go 40. VCO on. Iron grunt 1. Sat 4. Okay. Now, let's listen to prospecting. It's a little bit better than all iron mode. Listen to that. That's that zip close to the surface. You can hear that better, can't you? Something's definitely there. Prospecting is great for large objects. If you want to find axe heads, put it in prospecting mode or relic mode. Not getting any high tones in this mode, are we? None. It's just that threshold that we're paying attention to. Okay. Now, I think you get the point with this machine. This is a threshold machine. Unless you're in coin and jewelry mode. Threshold doesn't matter in coin and jewelry mode. You're basically working off of beep, 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 beep. All other modes that you're going to be using, you're going to use threshold with this machine. And I like that because that threshold hum, you can really tell when something's in the ground. Not only that, but you can tell the size of the object based on that threshold hum. The bigger that hum difference, let's just say the hum is traveling at a constant speed. You know, hum, and then there's this large object. Well, it's going to mess with that coil significantly. It's going to change that hum significantly. Now, let's just say we're riding that hum curve, that hum highway, and we hit a small object. It's going to change, but it's going to change lightly. Hum, hum. Okay? So, ears and headphones, these noises that's coming out of this machine, you have to be able to hear them. You have to be able to decipher them. The headphones that White's has right now, the waterproof, I know waterproof is so popular right now with the creeks and stuff like that, but I've done so many years of creek hunting without waterproof headphones. You don't need them. Waterproof headphones, especially the White's headphones, cuts the tone down by like 75%. I cannot use this machine with the White's waterproof headphones. Not the way I hunt with the threshold. In coin and jewelry mode, yes, you can use those headphones. But using the threshold, and this is a threshold machine, using the threshold, you cannot use those headphones. You can't hear the signals. You can't tell how deep the signals are. You can't hear the change in the threshold at all. Why they ever sold those on a threshold machine, I'll never understand. But anyway, so I hope y'all got the gist of how to use this machine properly. In the most important modes, to me, Relic mode is the mode for this machine. I won't hunt in anything else. Once in a while, it depends. If it's really super trashy and I know that I don't want to sit there and listen into every single signal and I'm just tired of hearing that noise in my head, I'll switch it over to coin and jewelry and I'll go quiet quiet. To me, it's like running silent. It's a silent mode going in jewelry. It's canceling out so much. Yeah, you really have to wonder how much you're missing because of that. But when it does come upon something solid, it's gonna beep. If you like those beeps, and that's a Garrett machine. A Garrett machine is a beep, beep, beep. But this machine is a hum, hum, hum threshold machine. So, alright. Hope y'all enjoyed this video, and I hope y'all get your settings just perfect out there. And if you need more setting tips, just message me, and I'll help you figure it out so you can hunt some more and get some better treasure. So, alright, thanks a lot for watching. We'll see you on the next hunt.